Alright, here we are, finally. We're gonna just get this underway now because it's probably mostly worth it, and hey, they are gonna play through some lag here. Apparently File's having some problems, and it is File. Was it you guys that told me it was File?
Well, I said I pronounce it File.
It's wrong. I have gotten confirmation that it is File. Just saying. Stop lying to me. Anyway, Cluckmug and Rocky Balboa from Team Shrek is Love going to be on here with me for the gold finals, and we're doing it live, people. We're doing it live. So, thanks guys for showing up, and thanks to these teams for finally starting this damn game. It took them way too long. You'll also notice on stream and on YouTube, I have sexy graphics now. They're sexy.
Oh damn!
Yep. You guys won't be able to see it yet because the stream won't be live for.
No, but I see that you have the HoN Tour season and.
It looks just like HoNcast. It's like I'm a genius or something, or it's like Breaky gave me a bunch of his graphics. Either of those are possible.
Amazing.
I know. I am the man. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, okay, let's go to drafts real fast because they did have to remake this game several times, and all sorts of stuff is happening. File apparently will be lagging at least a little bit in this game, so we can blame any problems that PI have on that, and just ignore the fact that, I don't know, maybe he's not that good. It's possible. Just saying.
Very possible.
And we're also starting this cast out with Flame, that's always good. Legion side, Magmus, Keeper of the Forest, Swiftblade, Torture, Empath, Hellborn going to go with Prisoner, Glacius, Drunken Master, Silhouette, and Tempest. So, Clock, you feeling either team's draft? Anything crazy happening here? I don't know.
No, I like both drafts. Lots.
Yeah? That's it?
Oh, well, okay.
Come on,
they have Oh, I thought they were gonna try lane the Silhouette. I don't know why they aren't doing that. That would have been really good, I think.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do the safe option and just short lane and Provask.
And Okami is their typical suicide player, so him being on the Keeper, it's not super surprising that they will be suiciding him. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be double dual lanes here. Rocky, any thoughts on either team's draft?
Well, I kind of think that the Hellborn's draft is a bit superior, just considering they got their key hero, that I would consider being their key hero at least, which is Prisoner, of course, and Slasky Druid.
Yes.
I at least remember when we played them, he did a really good job.
Indeed.
Especially in the team fights.
Slasky Druid, very good Prisoner player, very good Gauntlet player. And there you go, hook on Torture, right onto the tower. And now, Torture obviously not going to die because there isn't quite enough damage, but now he's not going to be able to harass this Prisoner out quite as effectively as he might otherwise, because he's got to watch for that hook again. And he's going to burn through a lot of regen. So, this dual lane in mid, wouldn't be surprised if that went heavily in favor of the Legion side, as Torture is going to be able to box Prisoner out reasonably effectively, but gonna have to watch those hooks, man.
Yeah.
And bottom lane, meanwhile, it will be File on that Drunken Master. It is File, it's not File. Crazy people, but Empath and Silhouette in the bottom lane. And once again, Silhouette, Swiftblade. That looked like Silhouette. That alt avatar looks a lot like Silhouette for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, to start with as well. It's gonna look very fancy a while in the game.
Yeah. And wouldn't be surprised once again to see this lane go in favor of Legion side. On the other hand, you got the top lane with Glacius and that actual Silhouette going up against a Keeper of the Forest. And wouldn't be surprised if Hellborn won that lane. And then of course they've got their jungle Tempest. So we do see the Tempest versus Keeper. And typically in team fights, that matchup goes in favor of the Keeper of the Forest, as his counter initiation tends to stop Tempest ults very quickly and have a similar effect in terms of team lockdown. But there's a Silhouette on this other side that can get out of it with her ultimate, and presumably will be picking up at least a Shrunken Head or a Geometer's Bane, if not both. So, yep, Glacius off the side here is gonna, yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. Alright, so now they're going to take a first death, and that's some iffy positioning there maybe, but the Word of Sight really probably should have told him that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's fine.
Yeah, well, stuff happens. Meantime, Okami is keeper of the forest at 130 gold per minute, so he's actually not having that great a time, despite the bloodlust. But a rotation.
Yeah, the counter ward from the Hellborn team is doing work.
Yeah.
Boxing me out a lot.
Yeah.
And so Torture has rotated to this top lane. Getting the bloodlust was nice, but they're going to start to let Prisoner back in this game. And I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with Torture dual mid versus one, because he
Right.
can't effectively use his impalement in the middle lane.
Right.
This is why I think they should have put Empath mid and Torture bottom instead. But
That would have made a lot more sense to me.
yeah, but they never would gotten the bloodlust, so I guess it pays off.
Hey, how maybe they would have, and maybe they would have gotten it under Drunken Master, who's a more valuable target. You never know.
Maybe, I guess.
File's lagging here, so screw him. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you in general. I just don't feel like Torture's not that, or I feel like Torture's not that great as a dual mid type support. Like, his damage doesn't really lend itself to a hell of a lot of burst, and he's not super great at initiation with chain reactions. He likes to follow up with that stun.
Yeah.
We'll see, but Magnus actually taking a slight experience lead here thanks to this big fat creep wave that's coming in favor of Prisoner, so he'll be hitting level 5 yet right there. And wouldn't be surprising to see him hit 6 faster than this Magnus as well thanks to Torture's presence. Bottom lane spin onto Drunken Master here. He's going to try to stagger away, but the wall goes out, and File, yeah, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. 2-0 lead here right off the bat from Dawn, and I do want to mention as well that this is a 1-0 because Dawn came from the winner's bracket, so that's not a typo on the scoreboard. It is, in fact, the score of this game. They only need to win 2 in this series to be taking the Gold Grand Finals here. And middle lane actually Torture gonna pull back in, and he's gonna... No! The tower switched to Magmus! I guess Torture might have gotten out of vision there or something like that, but nice attempt. They didn't really kill Slaskadret, but he almost got the counter kill.
Yeah, very well played from Magnus, taking aggro off the tower.
Yeah. So, 5 minutes or so in here. Pretty good gold lead for this Legion side thanks to those Bloodlust kills, but the experience is actually slightly in favor of the Hellborn team, and no doubt Temp is playing a role in that fact. As we look at Shorthand here, 264 gold per minute. Actually, bottom lane, File once again going to get jumped on, and he's going to take another death. Yeah, spin lasted just long enough. So this Proboss guy is pretty good.
Yeah.
And you go big.
This is what you need to get when you have 2 supports. You need to get kills to not fall behind in experience.
And they're here, and even with that, like you said, it's still an even experience lead, but they do have the gold advantage. Is Hugo Bick a new player? I feel like he's not. I don't recognize that name. I don't know if he played for Dawn earlier this cycle.
Yeah, he did. He played the whole cycle, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he's friend with Iceland Go-Go.
alright, here.
So that's how. Oh,
Yep,
Torture's gonna
Torture, freeze here, Glacial Blast in there. Magnus looking for a stun, actually 3-man Lava Surge. And yeah, they're gonna get the counter kill. This now, he looks like Torture is gonna be okay. Magnus, and there goes Prisoner Ultimate onto Torture. He might still die here. It's pulled back in. One more auto attack from Slaskadret, and he will die despite the Nature's Veil. Shortcane taking the health pot, and it looks like he's probably gonna fall. No, Glacial Blast with the jukes! With the jukes! No! The trees! Shortcane! Is he the best player in the entire world right there? Magma's gonna stun out. It looks like he's gonna be okay as well, but Shortcan with the fog.
Oof,
And Magnus
those shackles
just barely living.
Lava Surge.
Yeah,
That
that was
insane.
some pretty great team play. I like the Keeper's attempt to block with the minions, but god damn. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, both teams are definitely ready to play.
No doubt. Did I not update this?
Ooh, the
Oh,
dive
they're gonna
mid.
dive.
Yeah, and they're gonna run away.
But Glacius has no boots, but they're gonna man down. Oh, Sweat.
And yep, he'll solo with the transition, and looks like Torture is gonna take a death here. Magnus wants to finish off this Glacius. He will get that, but the Shackle's now going through, and they can obviously see him despite being in the Steam Bath. Not sure if you realized that Eruption channel, that was odd.
What a great
Yeah,
board
very
from Certus.
interesting. Oh,
He barely
Certus is
lost
porting up
anything
top now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so well played. He probably lost like a creep wave for 2 kills.
Yeah, I think he'll take that.
Yeah.
And the Rev Ward going down here so they can see this Keeper. Glacier's coming in with a freeze. Is he going to be able to get in range? Keeper's a little too fast. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I'm not entirely sure they would have to kill there anyway. Keeper does have a root, of course, and subsequent invis out of range of that. Okay. Apparently we're having some volume issues. That's fine. You know what, actually, let's keep this, and we'll just go to... What just happened? Oh, there we go. So, sorry, apparently, in-game volume a little bit too loud. That's fine. So we'll turn it on.
Oof, the wall.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna push mid now.
Yeah. So, sorry about that. That's, yeah. And Torture with the DD rune, and of course the Impalement Keeper minions coming through as well. So, we haven't talked too much about the Legion side's push, but the Torturer and the Keeper of the Forest feels like they should be taking down towers pretty damn quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably what they have to do, considering the Hellborn's lineup is a bit more mid-game.
Right.
So they have a Keep, or they have a Tempest Forest, and the Legion team doesn't have a Forester. So.
And on that note, like,
The
would you guys have preferred to see
Legion
Keeper
Tower.
jungle as opposed to Suicide? I'm personally a pretty big fan of Keeper jungle, actually. I know he's very passive, but he farms relatively quickly, and
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like you said, he farms very passively, and considering the jungle nerf, it's really hard to get up to the timing to push down the fast towers.
I feel like he's actually
The
not
Legion
suffered as much.
destroyed
Ophelia
HoN
has
Tower.
definitely taken a serious hit. I don't think I've ever seen her over 300 GPM, or even over 250, just from farming the jungle. She needs ganks and kills to get up to that, like in the early game. But Keeper and Tempest don't seem to have been hurt quite as much by it. I don't know if that's just my perception, or if that's not being, or that's the case. Actually, tripled Ancients here being taken by the Legion side. That's gonna hurt. And Erupt's gonna go off here too, and that's definitely worth it. So that's gonna be a pretty big resource swing in favor of the Legion team.
Yeah, it's not really what the Hellborn team needs right now.
Alright. Cerritos is at 370 gold per minute, but let's take a look at that GPM chart here, because there's some interesting stuff going on there. As
My abyssal skull.
he actually
Yeah,
just
super
said,
this.
he says, I got my abyssal skull.
Did he?
Yeah.
The super avatar?
Yeah. That was pretty awesome off the side here. Keeper gonna go down onto Drunken Master. He'll be able to stagger away, and it looks like Torch gonna pay for this. No, he jumped back in! File!
No.
Why?
Maybe it was lag.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But they need to shut down the Swiftblade, because... Okay, he's gonna run out of Glacius? No. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. With this Swiftblade farm, he's gonna be able to snowball the game, unless he does a big misplay.
Alright. This Silhouette, not even having a Nullstone online, it's gonna take her some time to get going.
I have you.
Okay, this is probably a stupid question, but with Swiftblade's farm as good as it is, do you think the Abyssal Skull was the right choice, or should he have gone for a greedier farming item like a Dawnbringer, maybe a Searing Light first, or even a Cleave, to try to keep up with this Silhouette's late game? Because I feel like late game, Silhouette's gonna beat him, but
Yes. But that's why you go Abyssal and Energizer.
Yeah.
They're not late game items, they're early game items. So because of the Abyssal and Energizer, it makes it so much easier to like steal triple ancients and take fights and take towers.
right.
Meanwhile, if you go Ruined Axe, you kinda have to farm until you get your core items.
Right.
So I definitely think Abyssal Skull was the right pick up here.
So that was a stupid question, I was right.
It wouldn't really make sense when they have
Right.
3 cores in the Legion team.
And they do
Go
have a very,
Cleaver.
aggressive lineup for that matter. They're going to be wanting to push towers and take team fights early, so him having those
Yeah.
items is going to help out. I still like Cleave. I think it's a good item on Swiftblade. It's probably not true,
Yeah.
but
But as you see, like he has 560 GPM without
Right.
cleave.
Right, so
And
yeah,
that's-
he's not really hurting for it.
Oh,
That was a nice play right there. Empath jumping inside of Magnus, and Magnus portal keying away because they had dove
Yeah.
the tower. And
I think
got a
Certus
little
might be in
sketchy.
trouble now.
And Glacius, you gonna be okay? Nope. Glacius is not gonna be okay. Yeah, Certus here. Yep, here goes the eruption. Portal key available from Magnus, and you're just dead. Absolutely crushed. Silhouette with 777 gold or life, and cannot stand up to the level 1 eruption from Magnus. So. Oh well.
yeah. Dawn is just pulling further ahead by the minute.
Right. And no huge surprise too that Magnus had a great start in middle lane.
Yeah.
And it's continuing. The rest of this Legion side, though, really not farming very well.
Prisoner
Especially
going for
considering...
split.
Yeah, the bottom lane, sorry, just that. And that's probably not going to be a kill, especially as the hook misses. So Blade's going to pop the Energizer, actually shackle on him now. Will they have enough
think it's
follow-up
that.
damage? I'm still... Yeah, I don't think so. This Drunken just can't get in range with this
Yeah, very good timing.
heavily
of the
mobile, and
fireman.
now all of a sudden Prisoner could be in some trouble. Swiftblade looking for the spin there. Obviously gets pushed back by the Drunken Master, but he doesn't care. He's going to kill Slasker pretty damn easily. Certus running in here like he wants to do something. Has the illusion back, of course, in case he gets caught, so he should be fine here. But Empath and Magnus are hanging around once again
Yeah,
looking for something.
They might go for Silhouette right now. They should.
Yeah. At the very least to back him off. I mean, no eruption yet, so they probably can't kill him.
Oh,
Illusion's
they
dead.
definitely could have killed him. They had both support there, and they had a ward showing that he was all alone. So I don't know why they didn't go for that kill.
Yeah, he had an
I guess they were
illusion.
afraid that they were no ancients. But
Possible.
yeah.
And keeper off to the side here is going to be farming the Hellborn Woods, so more resources from the Hellborn team being taken away, and PI is not looking like they're in a great position right now.
No.
Yeah, they still have a very good chance though if they manage to split push the game
Right.
and just go really late, as you said before.
And 15 minutes in, they've only taken one tier 1 tower, mostly because they've been getting pushed so heavily, but they need to
Yeah.
do something to help equalize this gold differential. Because the experience actually isn't that big a deal right now. The problem is they're 7.5k up on the Legion side, and they're putting that into early game items. Tempest, meanwhile, going to get caught. Hook back from Prisoner, not going to connect on Swiftblade, and the Astrolabe there not going to help. Shortcan will take the death. That's the Elementals up first, and we'll see what the Hellborn side can do. Empath taking a bunch of damage, but jumping inside the Swiftblade here. And Magnus in the background has the Eruption available. Keeper Forest Root is also up, so there's plenty of stuff online for this Legion team, and it's a good thing that Hellborn choosing to back off because that could have ended very badly for them. And another tier 3 tower here will be pressured by this Legion squad. Obviously knowing Tempest is not available.
Yeah.
And looks like they'll be able to take this tower, despite the glyph being used right here. I seriously doubt that. Oh, there.
Tempest is porting in now, so
Yeah.
they want to take the fights.
I'm kind of
Magnus
worried
has
about
ultimate.
that. Yeah, I mean, they've got a Magnus Portal Key, they've got a Tempest, or Keeper Ultimate. I'm not really sure they can do this. There goes
They're
the
going.
kill. Yep, and Prisoner coming in on background. Eruption actually stopped by Drunken Master. Very good. Tempest Ultimate after the Keeper of the Forest Troop, but doesn't catch anybody. Actually does as two people walk into it here. And Swiftblade in the background just doing way too much damage. Looks like Magnus will be the first one to fall, and Prisoner to be one right after that. Actually, Shortcan in the background, and Certus in the background, excuse me, dying. As their damage gets jumped. There goes the Essence Link onto Tempest. He's going to fall as well. File now in the middle of 4 heroes. That's not going to end very well for him. He's going to take on their death. Certus with a buyback. And he's trying to get something for it, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. That ends up being a Glacius in the background, but a spin from
Glacius.
Swiftblade, and they'll just kill him. All of a sudden, Probusk very, very low, but he can't get chased down by the Silhouette. She does not have a portal key. She's relying on that tree grapple to
They
move.
should just man up. And kill
Yeah,
it.
and now they can absolutely kill her. Here comes the health pop from Swiftblade, and they're realizing very quickly that she ports out the illusion, so that was well done from her. Having illusion as backup, so she won't take the death, but a very, very bad fight there from PI, and I'm feeling early conceded though.
Yeah, very weird decision coming out from PI there. I think they could have gotten the bottom and the top tower easily, just trading one tower for 2 instead of taking that team fight when they were so clearly under.
Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, like they're pushing tier 2s there, and they're so trying to force it.
Yeah, indeed.
But to be fair though, they don't have the same sight as we do. Maybe
Yeah.
they didn't know that we're that far behind, but
Yeah.
that was definitely not a good fight to take.
I mean, I can't imagine they realized that Probusk is at 650 gold per minute right now. Like,
No, I don't think they get that.
I mean, he had a really good time in lane, and they probably realized, yeah, he's doing better than anybody else. I don't think they think he's doing this well, because I'm not really sure he's doing this well, and there's a number right in front of me that says he is. Because
See, if your thing is, he doesn't really have that much levels, but
Right.
his GPM is absolutely insane.
Right,
Oh,
and Tempest taking the
Tempest
Glacial Blast, but there goes the spin from Swifty. He just doesn't care. Actually, pull back from Slaskadret. Not going to save Shuriken, though, and actually might have killed this
Slasky's dead as
prisoner.
well now.
Yeah, and nope, the game gets killed before he dies, so ends up being a nice victory there for Dawn, and they take that in, what, 18 minutes? So, PI, now they're down 2-0. They're going to have to figure out some stuff if they wanted to come back in the series, because it's going to be a problem. Anyway, final thoughts on that game there, Fuckmuck?
Well, they just took all their towers and then took a really good fight, and then the game was over, I feel.
Yeah.
Robos played really well.
Pretty much. Alright, Rocky, you got any final thoughts on that game?
Well, I don't know. It's basically just they got crushed. There's not much to say about that game. They just I don't know. They secured the farm on Probusk and he just snowballed the game. And
More or
then
less.
PI decided to go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps taking that tier 2 tower fight was really the turning point. I mean, they got a decent Tempest ultimate off, but there was no damage follow up, and after that they were just like, yeah, this is not going well. So we still have a little bit of time. Let's just move on to the next one and see what we can do about that. But anyway, that will wrap it up here for game 1, and we'll be moving to game 2 in just a second.